This Vinny production video brought to you by Yankee Dabbler. Don't forget the 5% discount code BNSS6951. And by Highways and Byways. Excellent graphics for your roads and streets on your model railroad. Check it out. Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another Vinny Productions video featuring Vinny Built Structures. Hi, my name is Vinny. I am your host, but I'm also known as BNSF 6951. And then I'm also known as Cousin Vinny. The content you'll see here will be on scratch builds, kit builds, and some kit bashing on model railroad structures. So, if you guys are interested in watching some of these kind of videos, click down here on the icon and subscribe to my channel. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit the bell right next to it. Make sure you do the one with the two little lines on the side so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. With all that being said, come on in, see what I'm doing. Bye for now. Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another Vinny Built Structures video. As you can see, we're sitting here in front of my logo for Vinny Built Structures, and this is going to be the series I am calling Let's Build Something with the Cuzzzzz. This is going to be number 2. If you guys haven't watched the first one, it was available last Saturday. I don't know the date. I'll put the date in the text if you guys want to watch it. Now, another thing, you're going to notice me talking to another camera is because this video that we're doing tonight is a recording of my live stream on Friday night the 13th. So if you think I'm being silly by talking away from this camera or the other camera, it's because I was doing it live and I was reading the chat and so on and so forth. Also, I'm going to have a mail call. And I'm also going to show you some of the purchases I made over this past week. So, with all that being said, I think it's time for us to get into the video. Mail call will be first. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye for now. Alright, so we got this mail call, and I'm going to go ahead and get down to the other camera so you guys can see me actually taking out of the box whatever's in the box. First of all, we got a bunch of, oh wow. Now, if you guys remember, a few weeks ago I said I was interested, my second hobby would be oh cool, it would be aircraft carriers and jets. Well, the first, and I'm assuming this is from Shane, even though there's no note in here or anything, at least I don't see one. But anyhow, sent me this aircraft carrier, which is pretty cool. And oh wow, this is like a real old one because they have the elevator in the middle of the deck. Wow, and it's got look like prop planes on there. Well, Shane, I appreciate that, buddy. All right, let's move him over there, and I'll make sure there's nothing else in here. All right. And then the second thing he sent me was this USS Forrestal. That was my sister ship when I was in there. You guys can see that. I think this is an F4. Maybe not. It's only got one seat in there. But anyhow, yeah. So I might have to do a little fixing up here, like one of the landing gears looks like it might be broken. So I will have to fix that. Oops, yep, it is broken. Anyhow, Shane, I really do appreciate this, buddy. And I appreciate you guys actually paying attention to when I speak and say things. And there's nothing else in this box. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that mail call. And I want to thank Shane for paying attention to what I say in my live streams and found out that I like jets and aircraft carriers. And so he had these extra models he told me he would send to me. So Shane, thank you very, very much. Anyhow, on to these purchases that I made this past week. As you can see, I'm wearing this shirt right here. And this is one of them, and this is the 3 color schemes that BNSF calls the heritage paint schemes. So it's got H1, H2, and H3, or backwards, whichever, because what I'm looking at is backwards. Anyhow, I bought the shirt. It's good material. It's a Gildan brand, so it's pretty much a good shirt. Anyhow, I'm not going to tell you who I bought these from yet, only because I'm trying to work a deal out with the guy, and I don't want you guys to pay what he's asking for these shirts or hats. I purchased 3 hats from this person, and including a t-shirt, and he's got a ton of shirts and hats. So as soon as I can work something out with this guy, I will tell you who it is, and you can get, I'm trying to work out a discount is what I'm trying to do. Anyhow, what I bought, the first couple of hats I bought were Burlington Northern, and it's pretty close as far as the logo goes. With the green, it's supposed to be white, but anyhow, because the cap is tan, they didn't want to go through the extra process of making that white. Anyhow, let's see, let's put this over here. Next one I got was this Norfolk Southern with the Thoroughbred logo. I love this logo, and that's why I bought this hat, because of that. And finally, for this purchase, I did a CSX, and I believe that's called the boxcar logo. So anyhow, I am going to try and represent as many railroads as I can afford to buy, and possibly wear them through my live streams and through my videos, different railroads, different times. Right now, my next order with them is going to be Alaska Railroad, CB&Q, Conrail, CN, CP, Chicago Northwestern, and Denver and Rio Grande Western. Those are the hats I'm going to order next. Anyhow, with all that being said, I think it's time to get into what this video is all about, and that is scratch building. So stay tuned, and we will be right back. Now, we're going to continue on with what this is all about tonight, and I think we might not have enough time to do it all, but anyhow, this, oops, I'll get you back onto the other camera here. Alright. This is the building that I had on my layout, and as you can see, it was made with all of the for sale signs. And I always tell you guys that the for sale signs are good for doing your mock-ups, but not good for doing the actual build. And when I did this build, I was not in a position to actually buy good plastic, so I had to buy the 99-cent or the $1. Why isn't that working? Oh, I see why. So I was not able to buy good plastic, you know, stronger plastic. So with that being said, tonight what we're going to do is we're going to start doing the build. This stuff is just falling apart on there. What we're going to do is, we're on that camera, okay. Now I think it would be better if I bring it up here. Alright. You guys can see that I have drawn out everything, and I have marked everything as far as sizes goes. Now another thing you need to remember, guys, you may measure in inches, but you need to relate the inches into scale feet, and that's what I've done on here. Like for instance, this one here that is 5 inches is actually 65 end scale feet. And so what we're going to do tonight is we're actually going to cut all of this stuff out. We won't have time to put it all together. That'll be for next week, but we'll just go ahead and start cutting this stuff out now. Knife, and what we need here is a new blade. And I'm trying to get this stupid thing open. There you go. And we'll take this blade out. And like I told you guys a while ago, I save my blades. Roy does the same thing because he does the same thing as I do. He uses the backside of the blade when he needs to make grooves in something, like if you want to do grooves in sidewalks and stuff like that. Alright, so the next thing you need to do is when you start cutting this stuff out, you gotta do either on the line, above the line, or below the line. But whatever you do on one, you need to do on all the rest of them. So if you cut this one out on the line, then you need to cut all of them out on the line. This way there is no size discrepancies. So what we're going to do is we'll start at the top here, and we'll start cutting these guys out. And I always leave a little bit of space in between my cuts to make up for the knife thickness, the thickness of the blade. And so we'll just do this. And just let the knife do the work, guys. You don't need to press very hard. And I'll give it 4 or 5 strokes, and then I'll see if it'll snap. Alright, there's one. Let's see if it'll snap off now. Alright, just like that. Boom. Done. Alright, move that over to the side, and we'll go ahead and do the rest of these. So I cut that one on the line, so we're going to cut this one on the line also. That easy, guys. It's just that easy. And we'll cut the peaks out. It's just a matter of patience, guys. It's always a matter of patience when you're working on model stuff. And there you go. There's the first end wall. And I'm using this novelty siding. I think I showed it to you guys already, but novelty siding. And we'll go ahead and cut the next one out. I'm not watching the chat, guys, so hope my moderators are on the ball tonight. I got a big surprise today or yesterday in the mail. I don't know how many of you guys remember that I was in the hospital in the middle of June, and it was not a VA hospital, but the VA has this policy that if you have a total emergency, you can go to the closest medical facility. And so I did. This is when I felt like my throat was closing up on me, and I didn't think I could drive the 13 miles down to the VA hospital, so I went to my closest clinic, and guess what? I got a bill yesterday for $24,000. Somehow or another, they did not send it to the VA, because the VA will cover it. It's just a matter of, you know, when are they going to cover it. Now, I got a little bit of a size discrepancy here, and I know why. Because when I put these two on the plastic, this is 6 inches from here to here, and I did not leave any space in there. So yes, there is a little bit of a discrepancy in size, which I will take care of. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see this, but you see that little groove right there? Alright, that's why I leave space in there. Alright, so now, which one? I think this is going to be for this one. No, that's going to be for that one. Alright, we'll cut the 2 bottom ones out next. We're going to go ahead and cut these 2 out down here. And as you can see, I did leave a space in between there, so these 2 should come out exactly the same. And again, on the line,
because I cut the other ones on the line. So this one has to be done on the line also. We'll probably just cut these two pieces out and we'll do a little mock-up and see what it's going to look like. Now I'm going to have to trim that little piece off that I showed you, so we'll do that next. It's just easier to do it when it's still on the big piece of plastic. And again, just let your blade do the work. Don't, you know, push a little bit, but not that hard. All right. And now the second one. It's amazing what you can do with a little bit of imagination and a little bit of skill with your hands and your eyes and your brain. And we'll go ahead and do this piece. Oops, don't move. I think that just moved. My fingers are just not strong as they used to be. Alright, so now we have the makings of the first building. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a mock-up and see what this looks like. So if you remember when I showed you all the parts and materials that you needed, your masking tape. And also another thing I want to point out to you guys before I put this on there. First of all, when you cut something, there's going to be a ridge down here, so you're going to have to sand that down. And that's why we're just going to do a mock-up right now. If you take the end wall and you put it on the outside of the side wall, then it has to be like that all the way around. If you do it the other way, if you put the end wall on the inside of the side wall, then it has to be done that way all around also. So with that being said, we're just going to go ahead and mock this up and see what this little building is going to look like. Now this is sand plumbing. At one time, they used to have rail service. And the rail service had to cross a busy street. And I don't know if it was BNSF or the city of Phoenix or whatever told them that they couldn't do that anymore. So they actually took the track out. So these buildings that I'm doing now actually do not get rail service. But you know what? It's my railroad and I will do what I want. And put this guy here. And now mocking this up is not going to be exactly the way I'm doing it because, like I just said to you guys, I'm not going to have the wall exactly if on the outside or the inside. It's going to be random at this point until we start actually gluing stuff together. Grandpa Rails, thank you so very much. I appreciate that, buddy. Alright, and let's see, we're going to go here. And then take this guy. Now, if you lay it down, it makes life a lot easier. And then one more. Alright, so now we fold these all up and put this guy here. Now I don't care how careful you are when you cut stuff out, it's always going to have to be sanded down to make it fit a lot better. But as you can see right there is one of the structures for this build. Now as I start to say, sand plumbing, this is their where they get their supplies from. They have retail stores around town, and the retail store that's closest to me is only about 2 miles from my house. So they do have stores, you know, retail stores for you to go and buy stuff at. But this place here is where they get all the supplies from wherever they're made. I had an interview with the people that here. The girls in the office told me that, let me get back up here. The girls in the office told me that it costs a lot more to get stuff by truck and to ship stuff by truck rather than getting it by train. So, you know, they got screwed when Phoenix told them that they couldn't do it anymore. But as for now, I think that's as far as we're going to go. I will not do anything other on this until next week, when we start putting, we'll cut the other one out and then we'll start putting this all together. Anyhow, I wanted to say that I forgot to mention earlier is that,
well, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed Let's Build Something with the Cuzzzzz Part 2. Stay tuned for Part 3. That'll be coming up here in another week or so. But in the meanwhile, I probably will have a layout update available for you guys to watch. Anyhow, with all that being said, thanks for watching it, and as always, your questions, comments, input, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. BMSF 6951 and Cousin Vinny out.